Alright, what's going on, munchers? Hope you guys are doing well. So listen, with this hurricane going on, it's really been like kind of eating me alive. I have friends and family who are in Florida and some other places being affected by the hurricane. A lot of people are being evacuated. I know what it's like to be evacuated from hurricanes. Many times in North Carolina, we used to go, we had to get evacuated, you're stuck in traffic. For a lot of people, you know, if you're leaving your home, you don't know what's gonna happen. If you're gonna come back, your home's gonna be destroyed. It's very scary. Already in St. Martin and some other places, the islands have been destroyed. I've been to St. Martin, it's a beautiful place, so my heart goes out to you if you're from St. Martin, you know, if you live there, if you're in Florida, if you're anywhere in the wake of the hurricane. Sending love to my family and friends, JP and Julia, Steve, Uncle Steve, and your family, everyone. So I wanted to see if I could help. I know there's a lot of different things people can do to help, and you can donate, and you can offer your homes up for people. But obviously a huge thing when you're stuck in some kind of natural disaster is usually you have no power. So I was thinking, how could I figure out some cool recipes that might help some people if you don't have power, you don't have the ability to cook? What could you do to make some food other than just grabbing a bag of potato chips, you know, and just kind of feeling like you have nothing to eat and eating peanut butter and jelly all day? So I went to the market, I got a bunch of different things, and I'm gonna show you guys some sort of no cooking food. Now there are some options, of course. We've got this really cool camp stove right here. So you could absolutely rock something like that. If you have one of these little guys, they're cool. If you have one of these, we cook with them all the time. Use the same kind of gas. I also have this guy, which maybe I'll bust out to like melt some cheese. And of course you can make a fire too. But I want to focus on things that really don't require any cooking. And of course people know how to make sandwiches, but there might be things you haven't thought about. What could you get that's gonna last without a fridge? So there's a couple fresh things, but things like apples that you can kind of keep out. And if you don't have the same ability to keep them cold, you're gonna be okay. First thing I'm gonna make is a sandwich. And when I was thinking about, okay, sandwich is easy, but what are the sorts of toppings that I can have that don't necessarily need to be refrigerated? So one is a tomato, which I already have cut here. Tomatoes, some people say fridge them, some people say don't. You can leave them out. They usually last a pretty good amount of time. A lot of deli meats you obviously need to fridge, but things like salami that's cured, in a lot of cases, you might not have to refrigerate it. At least maybe once you open it, you might have to. But when it's closed, you can kind of like grab some of this, take it with you, make a sandwich. Same deal, I have some, you can get pickles, but I have sauerkraut. This is like a pickled sauerkraut, which will last. It's fermented food. So if you don't have the same fridgeability, you're all good. Of course, canned foods, spices, things like that, really very focused on today. So just to make a quick little sandwich, I have some bread here and a little bit of pesto. Pesto. So take the pesto, just kind of lay it down. Very quick, very simple sandwich, but it's going to be something that I think will be quite delicious. And sometimes, you know, people think of food, they think of comfort. So sometimes when you're scared and you're, you know, worried about your house or stuck in a hurricane, sometimes just having a meal or making a meal for some friends and family that you're with might just add that little bit of extra just feeling connected, which I personally appreciate. I know sometimes you have to think about other more important things, but sometimes having a good meal just makes people feel good, even if it's just for that moment. So I've got I'm gonna get closer to you guys here so you can kind of see what's going on. Look at that, I've got my little shaboing here, a couple of tomatskis. See, make sure that's getting, oh yeah, it looks good, okay. Now, take some sauerkraut here. Just kind of sauerkraut it up on top. And I think that's pretty good for this sandwich. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna give this thing a little bit of bite. Wow. Good flavor, I must say. Simple, but delicious. My favorite way to go. Okay, get you out of the way. There's also other things like when you are sort of trapped or stranded in traffic. I mean, these are also meals that you could literally make in your car. That's one thing to keep in mind. Car-friendly meals. Okay, bowl. Boom shakaloo. I'm gonna make something. I was just thinking of course, tuna fish is huge when people don't have the ability to really cook. You see this, people in college are eating this a lot. It's just like kind of a cheap, simple food. But what I thought was like, spice it up a little bit. Use all things that you're probably gonna have around, or you have fairly easy access to, and make something that might actually be interesting, so you don't just feel like, same deal like peanut butter and jelly, you don't feel like you're just eating a tuna fish sandwich. So, got my tuna, badoom badoom. Now, I do have some mayo, so I'm gonna slip in a little bit of my mayushki. Mayo goes in there. Okay, boom, squeezing mayo, feels good. I'm gonna cut up just a little bit of apple. That's, again, it just kind of makes it feel like you're eating a little more gourmet. And sometimes something as small as pudding, just a little fresh apple and tuna is just gonna give you that extra little boost of like, all right, I see what's going on here. Like, things are scary right now, but at least I can take a few moments to kind of pause and be grateful that I have something. Because the reality is, like, when it comes to storms and things, they can be extremely scary. Mother Nature, while we love and appreciate her, she's also one scary beast sometimes. While we can't control her, the best thing that I say we can do is like, just take time to be grateful for what we do have. What are the things that you have in your life? I know it can be hard. I'm saying this, of course, from a safe place, but the moments when I have been in those scary situations, sometimes it really brings people together. Like you're stuck in a place with your family, your phones might not be working, or maybe you're struggling with the power or whatever it is. So it's like, how can you bond? You know, maybe you start asking questions about your family. What are some of the things that you don't know about them? Maybe you start playing games. And sometimes it leads to like less distraction and more presence and connection and remembrance of like why that is so important. Of course, like, I don't know if people will be able to get these videos because if your power is out, there's a good chance your internet is out. And I'm aware of that, but this is also not just for this storm, but for anyone that might be stuck in a storm in the future, just to give a little bit of hope and inspiration. So I'm adding mustard, some corn, this is some curry powder, which I think will kind of just take this from something feeling kind of normal to a little bit exotic. Some salt, some pepper, okay, boom, shoom, shoom. And let's see, anything else? No, I'll take this up to you guys. I just want you to, I'm keeping this simple, so I really want to get this video out as soon as possible so people have access to it. But you got the curry powder with the mayo, the mustard, the corn, the apple, and all of a sudden, instead of just kind of your standard tuna, I'm not knocking on tuna, some people love that tuna, but now it becomes something that feels a little more exciting, you know? Beautiful, a little more mayo. Sometimes I like to add vinegar to this. There's something about putting a little vinegar in tuna that just kind of takes away, if the fishiness for some people is a little bit too much. I'm also gonna add some sriracha because that never hurt anybody. Zip. Okay, amazing. Give that a little storyoshka. I've never made anything like this before. I'm kind of excited. It smells kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. Okay. Whoa. Getting a lot in there. More salt, more curry. Really go heavy on the curry. Good though, wow. Okay. So now, once you have this, I guess sort of beautiful situation going on, I'm gonna give it a taste. But the apple, the freshness and the crunch of the apple somehow just kind of. Now, if they did have some fresh lettuce, that would be epic, because I can make lettuce wraps. But here's some chips. Wow, no joke. Best thing with tuna I think I've ever had. It's kind of crazy. I will see you soon. Once the cameras are gone, you and I are gonna have some fun. All right. Next up. This one I'm interested in, very interested in, but I have no idea what it's gonna taste like. So I did get these sardines, which some people don't like sardines, some people love them. But I was like, let's make like a little bit of a sort of cold pizza. If I wanted to, I could give this a quick, you know, if you do have one of these. Of course, I wouldn't suggest doing it in your hand, but I'm just kind of showing you guys. Yeah. Give it a little, just to kind of heat the top up, bring it back to life. You sort of flip it over. Just be careful, of course, you got fire. But I think that will just add a little bit of life to it. And I just love this thing so much. Wow. Okay, that's kind of epic. Now it's like freaking going for it. Let's see. So what I wanted to do is just take a little bit of tomato sauce, and yes, tomato sauce is going to be cold, but I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that. Because to me, this is a bit more about, get the beans out of the way here. Make sure you guys can sort of maybe see some stuff. Just gonna rub some tomato sauce on here. We'll give it a little ruby rubby. No big deal. I rub you. I rub you very much. I rub you long time. Me rub you. Okay. Boom, tomato sauce while that is hot. Now, I'm trying to think if there's anything that might be fun. I can, you know, of course, use some of these other things, like a little corn on here. Never hurt nobody too bad, right? A little corn goes on. I feel like maybe just like little dollops of pesto. Just like, but this is like a very chunky pesto. Interesting. It's like, what is even in there? What the hell is that? I don't know. Maybe it's just the pine nuts weren't really grounded up too much. It's all good. Looks delicious. And then I'm just gonna take some of these sardines. Do not confuse sardines with anchovies. Anchovies are intense. I mean, sardines can be intense too, but people seem to really like sardines. They're not something I honestly eat unless like they just, someone's like, oh dude, you gotta try these sardines, which is rare that someone's like, you gotta try these sardines. But, you know, if they did, I would try them. But I don't like usually find myself going out into sardine world per se. That would be an interesting place. Sardine world, where sardines' dreams come true. Oh wow, those are actually kind of amazing. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna show this to you guys. I do have, this might be weird with the food, but I'm just gonna go for it. I do have some like string cheese, which seems more like cheese that doesn't really need to be refrigerated. So I bought that. Let's go for it. Pizza and cheese, obviously. Two best friends, long lost united lovers. And yeah, again, this isn't about trying to cook these meals exact. It's just, I just moved, and you know, for the first time I am a homeowner, and I can only imagine, I just moved to Denver, and I can only imagine what it would be like if something happened here and we had to leave, and we were back, you know, somewhere, some other foreign land, and we were freaking out about our home because we put in so much love into this home. It's still kind of a work in progress, but I think you can see that, right? Yeah. So this is my little sardine pizza, but I can only imagine what it would be like. So this might not be much, but I did want to do something to just say like, hey guys, you know, I feel for you, and if there's anything I can do to help, maybe it's show you how to make some delicious food, just kind of out of whatever you got. So check that out. Pizza. A little spreading. Wow. Oh my god. It tastes like, it's gonna sound silly, but really good Elio's pizza. Or like Lunchables. That's what we're working with. Okay. I got a couple sweet things, but last savory thing, very simple. I have all these different canned things. I've got a little bit of canned tomatoes here, and I've got some broccoli. So what I was thinking is, you know, what would happen if you had, you know, a freezer full of food and all of a sudden it starts melting, and you get that frozen broccoli, it starts melting. So I took some broccoli that was frozen, unfroze it, might as well add a little corn there. And then I've just got all these different, canned beans. Got white beans, I got red beans, black beans. Oh, Jesus, they're all flying out. Okay. And boom, shakalum. And I got some avocado. I'm just kind of essentially making a bean salad here. Just gonna even, I don't even need to cut the avocado. I'm just gonna kind of do it. Or maybe I will just do this. I could use a knife, but if you don't have a knife, just show you guys, you know, some different options. That actually is kind of cool. Take that, go like so. Boom. Whole avocado goes in to my broccoli mixture. And then, I just kind of take this thing around. Got some lime wedges that are doing their thing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, glorious. Got some lime in there. And then just mix this salad around. I'll show you guys. Okay, beautiful. Okay. I'm trying to do this in a matter of time so I can get this video out so people can actually see it. I really do hope you guys have a chance to see it if you're in need of something like this, and please do share with a friend who might, you know, need to see a video like this. But that's kind of very simple sort of bean and broccoli salad. And let's give it a little taste to Roshka's. Let's see here, just give me a little piece. I'm like chomping away on broccoli all day. Oh yeah. Oh nice. Okay. I see what you're doing. I see you, baby. Okay. Let's go off. So, 2 quick little desserts. Talked about peanut butter. This, peaches and pea bizzles. Take some peach slices. Just kind of slice down, like so. Right, boom. Putting on a plate, no big deal. Nothing else there. Got some peanut butter. I always forget, do you put peanut butter first or jelly first? One is harder to spread after the other. This is like the chunkiest peanut butter. They basically forgot to grind up, I think, half of these peanuts. But you could do apple. Could absolutely do apple. Got some jelly here. I was talking about peanut butter and jelly being, you know, more like the boring standard thing, but in this case, this is kind of how you turn it into something special. Let me just sort of break that up a little bit. Can I make it look gourmet? Probably not. So this is just a little peanut butter and jelly with some peaches on it and one of those crispy rice crackers. Oh, that is fantastic. Sometimes. Right. Last quick thing. Very simple. It's gonna seem ridiculous. However, it's one of my go-tos when I just want to eat something delicious. So I just have some random things in the bowl. Some almonds, craisins, coconut. I also have almond milk because you don't need to store it like regular milk, which is great. They come in boxes. You get the small ones. Once you open them, you know, you pretty much eat them before you, or drink them before you even eat them. So a lot of times people have granola bars, trail mix, such kinds of things. This is like a way to make something that feels like cereal. And of course you might have cereal too, and that's great, but I prefer this to cereal. So I have these, this is just like these little sort of oatmeal kind of bars, and what I like to do is just sort of break them up and say you can't have like hot oatmeal. This will sort of satisfy that. And so, boom. And I need a clean spoon. Can somebody help me out with a clean spoon, please? Okay, I'll just do the avocado spoon. But it's just a great little thing. I know it looks ridiculous, true. And if you could put this in a microwave, it would turn kind of into oatmeal, which is a cool trick, but if you don't have power. You got fresh fruit, it'd be great, but oh man, that is ridiculous. Again, my heart really does go out to anyone. I've been reading all the updates on this hurricane, praying that everything's okay. that my friends and family and everyone else is just doing okay and knowing that things will get back to the way they were. I hope you guys are safe. I hope this video helped a little bit. Maybe make some food on your own. If you can't cook, maybe it inspired you to do something. Either way, so much love to you guys. We'll see you soon. Back to normal videos very soon.